You've seen the hole in the ocean, the one that looks like it swallows everything. At first it feels like a mistake, a glitch in reality, a place where the water simply disappears. But that isn't the strange part. The strange part is how familiar it feels. Because the ocean has always done this. It opens beneath us, and then it refuses to explain itself. When people first see these images, their instinct is the same. What happens if something falls in? But that question already reveals something important. Your brain doesn't actually understand depth very well, especially underwater. When you can't see the bottom, your brain doesn't calculate distance. It assumes danger. Dark water absorbs light. Currents distort reflections, and the deeper it gets, the less information your senses receive. So your mind fills in the blanks, not with logic, but with fear. That's why it feels like the ocean is swallowing space itself. We're taught that the deep ocean is empty, dark, still, lifeless. But that's not true. The deep ocean isn't empty, it's compressed. Every meter downward adds pressure, not a little but exponentially. At a certain depth, the pressure is so intense that steel bends. Light doesn't fade gradually, it disappears. Sound behaves differently, time feels distorted. Down there, physics doesn't break, but it starts behaving strangely, and biology follows. Some creatures in the deep ocean don't look alive. Not because they're scary, but because they don't follow familiar rules. Transparent bodies, no eyes, organs that glow. Bioluminescence isn't decoration, it's language. In the deep ocean, light isn't for seeing, it's for surviving. Some species produce their own light, others steal it. Some use it to confuse prey, others to disappear. Most of these creatures have never been observed alive by humans. We know they exist because occasionally they surface by accident. They weren't meant to be seen. Then there are the sounds. The ocean is never silent. But some sounds don't behave like waves, or earthquakes, or animals. They echo, they stretch, they repeat, recorded thousands of meters below the surface. Scientists can measure them, but not explain them. Sometimes the sound travels too far. Sometimes it doesn't match any known source. The ocean doesn't just hide things. It communicates in a medium we don't fully understand. Humans have explored more of space than the deep ocean. That sounds wrong, but it's true. Space is hostile but predictable. The ocean is hostile and reactive. Pressure destroys machines. Salt corrodes everything. Darkness eliminates visual reference. And unlike space, the ocean pushes back constantly. Exploration vehicles fail, signals distort, missions end early. It's not that we don't want to explore the ocean, it's that the ocean doesn't let us. The hole in the ocean wasn't an anomaly. It was a reminder. Most of this planet exists beneath us, out of sight, out of reach. We live on the surface of Earth like guests who never went downstairs. The ocean hides things not because they're lost, but because they belong to a part of the planet we were never meant to control. Some things remain hidden not to scare us, but to remind us how small we really are. If this made you uncomfortable, that feeling is intentional. There's more beneath the surface than we're taught, and this was only the beginning. If this changed how you see the ocean, then you're starting to notice the patterns. There are more things like this hidden in plain sight. Subscribe to DiscoverX, not for answers, but for the questions you were never taught to ask.